Member from Brandon-Gormald.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Premier. A formal investigation into the death of Mr. Andrew Loku, a 45-year-old father of 5 from South Sudan, shot by the police last summer, was finished a month ago. But the Attorney General just read the report yesterday, more than a month later and only after increasing media scrutiny. Given the serious concerns that members of the community have raised around systemic racism and discriminatory practices like carding, after the killing of a racialized man, you would think the minister would understand the importance of reading a report of this nature. Yet the minister found other more important things to do.
Probably a fundraiser.
Can the Premier tell us why her minister took over a month to read this very important report?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Look, we recognize that there are concerns about the current process, including whether SIU reports are made public, and I think that's the essence of this question, Mr. Speaker. And it's exactly why we've committed to a review. The Ministry of the Attorney General will appoint someone as soon as possible to conduct a review of the SIU, the Office of the Independent Police Review Director, Mr. Speaker, and the Ontario Civilian Police Commission. So those reviews, and I committed to that when I spoke to the folks, the Black Lives Matter folks here at Queen's Park, Mr. Speaker. We have a responsibility to ensure that the public interest is being served, and that's why we've committed to public consultations, Mr. Speaker. As part of these discussions, there will be a conversation about how the information in the SIU reports should be made public, because I believe that is, as I say, at the essence of the concerns around this process, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Attorney General's handling of this file is simply unacceptable. It seems as though the minister purposely avoided reading the details of this report. Given the context, the community organized a massive, lengthy protest in front of Toronto Police Headquarters. The community organized a massive rally in front of Queen's Park, raising issues and concerns around systemic racism in this province. Does the Premier really think that this is appropriate behaviour for the Attorney General of the province of Ontario? For the sake of the public's confidence in Ontario's oversight of the police, it's essential that the details around the SIU's investigation and their handling of the evidence be made public. So the Premier alluded to this. We want a firm commitment today. My question, Mr. Speaker, is this. Will the Premier commit today to ensuring that that report is made public?
Mr. Speaker, I just said that as part of the discussions that there'll be a conversation about how the information in the SIU reports should be made public, Mr. Speaker. I have already answered that, and Mr. Speaker, it was I and my ministers who went to the front lawn and had the conversation with the Black Lives Matter protesters, Mr. Speaker. We had the conversation. I acknowledge that in our society we are still grappling with systemic racism, Mr. Speaker. That's the conversation I had with those young people who were standing on the lawn at Queen's Park, Mr. Speaker. We've committed to the review. There has already been a meeting with our minister responsible for the Anti-Racism Directorate, with some of the folks from the group, Mr. Speaker. I am very concerned about this issue. I know that it is something that we all should be taking seriously, Mr. Speaker, and the Minister of the Attorney General will be appointing someone to head up the reviews as soon as possible, Mr. Speaker, and we will be working towards how to make the information in the SIU report public.